Welcome to Jesus Christ Production. Jesus Christ Production is all about what the Lord Jesus Christ has done 2,000 years ago on the cross for everybody. And He took our place so that we should not die, but have life. And actually have life, God's life. And that's the most beautiful, wonderful thing that could have ever happened. That God became like us and took our place in our case. So I just want to let all of you know this is the last part of the series, probably the last part of the series, J.C.P. on. And today is about J.C.P. on you Native Americans were so, Native Americans were black and Europeans were black. Asians were black. And to say it, this is the disclaimer. If you want to know what's the standpoint of Jesus Christ Production on these topics, then it's yeah. If you want to know the standpoint of Jesus Christ Production on this topic, then it's you can watch this video because it's like I think it's only good that that you know, transparency. It's Jesus Christ Production. You know what it is right now. It's all about Jesus. But when you want to know like what is Jesus Christ Production's point of view on these other topics, then you can check out these videos. That's why they're only there. And so that you somehow know what this is all about. Like I have said it before, I cannot really prove every other topic that I'm addressing here. It's just I've heard about it and I think it's relevant in today's societies, in today's time. So I will mention these topics and tell my point of view, how Jesus Christ Production views that. What I can prove is what happened 2,000 years ago on the cross, when Jesus Christ came and died for everybody. But what I cannot prove are these topics in the category J.C.P. on every matter, J.C.P. on all matters. So it's like, if you want to investigate on it for yourself, then I encourage everybody to go out and just do your investigation. Okay? So, Native Americans were black. Wow. And also I have to say, this is not about discriminating anybody. Like, I'm just saying, look, if we live in this society, right? And I find something, and I've been taught something in school. I've been taught something, and I always thought it was right. I never questioned it. Or when I read about it in books, the books all read the same. But then when I grow up, and one day there is a discovery being made that somebody discovered something new about this topic or these topics, then why should I deny it? You know, this is science. This is people learn, society learns. We make progress. You know, so it's not about being anti this or anti that. It's just about what has been discovered these days. You know, just for example, a lot of things have been exposed. What the Catholic, Roman Catholic Church has been doing. So, and that's why we know somehow, can see somehow their actions, what they are doing, and see, okay, it's not all that good. Actually, it's quite bad what they're doing, because people should admit the crimes that they're doing and stop it. But instead, they are, for example, they are maybe apologizing only, not holding anybody accountable, and continuing with that injustice. So by having people bringing out these new truths, we know, wow, actually we get the bigger picture. And so I think when I claim, or when I say, I personally believe that Native Americans were black, I can say we're also black, but I think Native Americans were black. I cannot. Yes, that's the standpoint. Let's finish with that. I've seen pictures of Indians, like drawing pictures, and we see black people with feathers looking like Indianas, but they're black people. So it's and you've also there are also discoveries of big heads, stone heads, like giant stone mountains or stone heads, where the faces are black, from black people. So it's a face of a black person. So you have to make a connection. It's like, yeah. It's a very interesting topic. And the second one is about Europe. I think that Europeans were black. I'm not the type of person who likes to argue in this, because it's just my opinion. One day I would like to prove it, but right now I think personally Europeans were black, because I've read something. Oh yes, there is a person. Listen, you will see right here, you know, Straight Up Truth. That's his YouTube channel. You can check it out. It's a very nice person. He gives facts and has done a lot of research. And what you need to check out is this wonderful brother. His name is Kurimeu Hawao, and he has a YouTube channel. And I personally liked him. I stumbled over him maybe a couple of years ago, and I think to me it's amazing to see people who are doing researches and actually finding things out like real scientists. It's science to me. It's like they're finding things out. They're reading. To me, they're like professors or like teachers, because they have educated themselves and find some really good information about a lot of things. And so actually yeah, so if you look for European coins in the Middle Ages, European coins in the Middle Ages, where you see black faces on them, on European coins. We know that in today's coins, either Europe, United States, or South America, or Asia, or Africa, you always see pictures of people who were in power. So when you see coins of Europeans in the Middle Ages, and you see black people, the faces of black people on it, like they have woolly hair, then and nobody's talking about it. Nobody's actually explaining it. People might say like, might say something like, yeah, those were slaves, but I personally do not believe that these were slaves, and so yeah. Yeah. And what else? I think there's another video. I will post it here. Maybe I will make a link to it in the description below. It's also very interesting to watch, because there have been made findings of black people who used to live in Europe, and it's not only that, they have words, and like more means black, and I think, is it Dublin? I don't know. Is it Duff? I mean the word Duff. I personally think that black people lived in Europe. I cannot prove it, but I think there is something to it. Not something that I will prove it one day. I will try to prove it one day, but black people also lived in Europe. And black people lived in Asia. So, and yes, now let's get to the point. If you look up, you know, what we have here is the Webster's Comprehensive Dictionary of the English Language, the New International. Yes. I don't really know from which year it is. Yes, it's the 2003 edition. If you check out the edition of 1828 and you look up the term Native Americans, look up the term American and tell me what you read for yourself from the 1828 edition. Okay, so what I want to say is that I grew up in this country, apparently Germany, and there is a term when I was a child they used this. It's translated. It's called brunette. I think brunette. They have some jokes about people, like about people with blonde hair and people with brown hair, and the people with brown hair are usually referred to as brunette. And I think the English transversion of it, of the German word brunette, is English brunette. So it's very interesting when we look into this dictionary, and it's like, that's what from this person from Straight Up Truth on his YouTube channel, I just got it from there, and I watched that video. I was like, really? And I wanted to look it up for myself, like, really, brunette? I also have a Webster's dictionary, so I can look it also up for myself. Let's see what it was. And I really found it, like, I was really amazed, because what you see here, oh la la, let's try it like this. I want you to see it very clearly. Oh la papa. So how do we do it? So I want you to read it really clearly. Like, okay. Brunette. I hope it is clear, because you know the display is very small. So I think, let me just slide it through. You might press stop to read it. So I will just read it. It says brunette, an adjective, dark-hued, semicolon, having dark complexion, comma, hair, comma, and eyes. Noun, a woman or girl of dark complexion, comma, eyes, comma, and hair, full stop. So I repeat, brunette, dark-hued. Hued. What is hued? Let's look up the word hued. Blah 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 blah. H-U-E-D. It's very interesting, I think. Here we have it. So let me. It's here. That's why. If it is here, then let us just do it. I hope you can press stop and read it. Let me try to read it. Huge adjective, having a hue or color. Colon. Usually in combination. Colon. Sorry, I have to read it like this. Sorry, having a hue or color. Colon. Usually in combination. Colon, dark hued. Hue. Yes, sorry, it's this one. Let's look for the term hue, like H-U-E. Okay? Please press stop and look it up for yourself, and read it for yourself. I'll read it. It's quite long. It's first of all noun. The particular shade of a color. Semicolon. That in which one color or shade differs from another. Semicolon. Color. Semicolon, tint. Secondly, that attribute of a chromatic color, comma, as red, comma, green, comma, blue, comma, which determines the character of its difference from the nearest achromatic color, full stop. Compare brightness, lightness, saturation, see color. Number 3, a compound color, comma, especially one in which one or more of the primary colors is predominant. 4. Appearance, semicolon, form, homoform, levels. Okay, that's it. So we go back to brunette, right? I know I could display it just in like that, but I would like to do it live. And it's a nice evening and the air is very healthy here, so it's just wonderful. Nobody has a problem, I hope. Brunette, here we have it again. Brunette, so it says dark hued, semicolon, that means a dark color, right? And having dark complexion. Now let's look up the word complexion. Complexion. Guten Abend, hallo. So. Gerne. Hi. No. Let's see. People are always friendly, you know? People are friendly. Complexion. And if we treat each other with respect, then that's actually the solution, you know? It's always nice to meet friendly people. Let your light shine. Complexion. With X, complete. Hey, so. Complexion. Hallo. Guten Abend. Hey. So. Letting the people pass. We found it. Complexion. Wow. Okay. Hold on. It's this one. Hopefully. Let me try to put it to give you this one. Okay. This one will be a little bit difficult. Let me try it like this. Let's put the camera down. So, see it here. This complexion. It's here. So, what do we see? We can read it. Complexion. A noun. Number 1. The color and appearance of the skin. Comma, especially of the face. Full stop. That's what the person said on Straight Up Truth, his channel, that complexion is always about, especially the face. And number 2, general aspect, semicolon character, semicolon quality, semicolon hence, comma, temperament, semicolon cast of mind or thought. 3, the combination of certain assumed qualities in a definite proportions supposed to control the nature of plants, comma, bodies, comma, etc. Also the habit of ascribed to such combination, the constitution of a body. So, but the number 1 is the color and appearance of the skin, especially of the face. Okay, so letting the people pass again. Adam, okay. What we see here, because what I wanted to put emphasis on here is that I always thought that brunette would mean a person who has brown hair, but it's not that. A brunette is a person. Here we read it. So, it's here, okay. A brunette. Wow, good. An adjective. Dark hued, which means dark colored, semicolon. Having dark complexion, which means actually dark face, you know? Comma, dark eyes and hair. And we also see above a brunette, noun, a man or boy of dark complexion, eyes and hair. You know, okay. Just to bring in science a little bit. Hi. So letting people pass. So no. So we read it. A brunette is actually a person of dark complexion. Like, I've been taught that a brunette is a person who has brown hair, but actually a brunette is a person of dark complexion. Understand? So, and since those topics are not elaborated on, or like are not taught in school, to me it's very clear and suspicious that there must be something about it. So that's why I just wanted to say that I personally believe that black people roamed Europe and roamed Asia and also America, and we're all around the world. So yeah, what else can I say? Hi, and what I also wanted to say, what I wanted to add is that you know, the transatlantic slave trade says that there were people from Africa were taking to America, and in opposition to that is that Native Americans were black. So obviously this doesn't fit together, right? I personally believe it was a mixture of the two, and I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. So, because I know that there is a book of a person, I will write his name here. He's a person, he grew up in Nigeria, he was an Igbo man in the Middle Ages, and he was taken as a slave and he was brought to America. and he witnessed the slave trade, and he later on, as he grew up, he wrote a book about it, and he liberated himself. He bought himself free. So, and later on he fought against slavery and tried to end it. So he later on moved to England, and I think England or somewhere UK. And so actually we have those records, we have this information of people who witnessed the transatlantic slave trade. On the other hand, we also have we have records that show that Native Americans were black. So as the science, when I call science, I mean the science of people who are seeking for the truth. For me, these are the real scientists. They are, I don't know how I should call them, but I'm very proud that God blessed us with these people, with every one of them, that they are enlightening us, me personally, about these topics, because I know there is something to it. So yes, like in general, like I look at all these things, I try to add things up and they have to make sense to me. So I claim that Europeans were black, or I heard it and I believe it, and also that Asians were black, Native Americans were black. So if Europeans were black, then on the other hand, and we have the transatlantic slave trade, then that means that black Europeans must have taken black Africans captives and shipped them to the Americas, and also enslaved black Americans there. Besides that, I'm trying to make it, I'm open. That's what I just wanted to say. I'm open, but I'm not like a person who say like, "Oh, you believe this? I will block you. I call you this and that, and I call you names." I'm not like that. I'm like open-minded. I say, if it was like that, then it means that Europeans. Who are the Europeans? Like, I'm interested in these topics, and it's very unfortunate that we live in a time and in days where people in high places, that they have hidden this information. It's very sad. Some people, we just want to see what has really happened. What happened? What actually happened? How was the history of this world? Like, what happened in the Middle Ages? What were this color of the people's skin? Who were they? What happened to them? Why are they gone? Why have they disappeared? What actually happened? So to me, it's very sad that this stuff has been hidden. But I'm very happy that we have people who find it out, and I think they're really backed up from God, because I think God uses a lot of people. God has a lot of servants. And praise God for that forevermore. So